In this show, we see you are fighting for your boyfriend, correct? Who's incarcerated.
Yes.
In that sense, where some people feel trapped, how do you keep hope that we could get him out? Or
I think just staying positive, and that is, some days it's hard, I'm not going to lie, but the laws are really changing. And there are so many people that are in similar situations as Xavier or worse cases that have come home. I mean, we've seen, hundreds and hundreds of people being able to come home within the last couple of years. And most of those cases, a lot of them were life sentences that were overturned. There's a thing called the First Step Act, and the First Step Act basically reduces the time that people would be sentenced. Like in the 80s and 90s, there were a lot of harsh sentences that were handed out. And, there's a lot of people in prison doing life that deserve a second chance because they have changed. And it's just, I think that once someone's taken and locked away, they're just forgotten about. They just become a number. Even family members, you don't know what to do with that person. So it's just taking some of these people and helping them become human again, right? Like feel that they have a voice. And that's what's important to me. And that's what gives me hope. Sometimes you get knocked down, but you got to keep going, because reality is the laws are changing, and that's coming from, the government itself. They're realizing that some of these sentences needs to be reduced. So that also gives me hope to keep changing. The laws keep changing, to keep pushing forward.
In this series, do you, without giving too much away, do you make some forward progress with the case with your boyfriend?
Yes, we definitely highlight a lot of what these fights are up against and the struggles. And without giving too much away, we make progress because we're shedding light on certain situations. I don't, know if we're exactly where we want to be, but it's definitely a struggle, and we highlight all of
that. In regards to it appears you're both in court battles, let's say, during this docuseries. How does it affect your relationship with each other?
With me, I know that my mom always, obviously, she's a mother. She's gonna always, be extra worried and look out for me and want what's best for me. So she's a little more paranoid than me. But, I just want to show her that I'm making steps to show her that I could do what I'm doing, and I have to deal with the consequences that come along with that too.
Yeah, and it's just like always, as a mother, you want to protect your child from anything, especially when you experience certain things in your own life. So I think I kind of get on her a lot, but it's always wanting to protect the child. So she gets it from me sometimes, but I have faith that she knows what she's doing. And if she makes a mistake, we're all there to help her pick up the pieces.
Is it a hard line sometimes you feel like you're at? Because I know, like in your social media, sometimes you call her your best friend. Is it hard to be like, I have to be a mother role, but I'm also in kind of a best friend role with her?
Yes. Karina and I have like such a unique relationship where I do say we're best friends, but there always is that level of, I have to create boundaries because I'm a mother, and I have to be the one to teach her right from wrong, even if she doesn't feel like she's going to make a wrong. And I don't even feel like sometimes she's going to make a wrong, but I have to be able to tell her it. So I get on her nerves sometimes. And then it's like, we fight like best friends, where I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. You're going to respect me because I'm the mother. So yeah.
Do you remember when you first told your daughter about your background and how you got to her?
I could remember, she's always been going to visit family members in prison. Like basically, I don't think I ever just had to sit down and be like, look, this is what it is, because she was experiencing it through going through prison visits, whether it was, talking to my brother about things we've been through, talking to her father about things that he's been through, or, visiting my father. There was a time where, we went up on a visit with my father where I think I asked him to kind of break it down a little bit, and he just made it kid friendly and broke down his lifestyle in the mob. And she kind of just went on from there, learning, and especially coming back to New York, there's such history here. So she did a lot of learning on her own as well.
Yeah. Did you feel like going to New York kind of opened up a whole new world for you, or in that sense?
In a way it did, because, you know, it's more in New York, you know, being on the West Coast was kind of keeping me away from that lifestyle, and I was on my own path. And it was just, meaning like I was just so shielded from all that. Being in New York, you're more around people of that lifestyle. That New York is just so, you know, it's out there. It's more out there than living on the West Coast. So it was kind of right in front of my face, and people would be like, what's it like having Sammy as your grandfather? So it was just always around me and coming up. And then, you know, to me, it's just always been family. That's just family to me. So I never got too involved in the details of it, but it was my lifestyle. So it was normal to me.
So what surprised both of you about filming this docuseries? Or what did you like maybe find out about yourself?
I, especially watching some of the clips play back, how Karina has grown as an individual. Like, so much, just, you know, watching her from prior television shows to seeing her now, she's so in tune in who she is, and she's definitely a strong woman. And you know, when you're living that every day, and I'm in the house, you take that for granted, but when you actually sit down and I'm watching her do an interview where she's speaking about, you know, her life or the things that she's taken away from me, my father, my mother, it just really kind of, I'm proud of her, but it kind of like, you know, it was really good to watch, and it took me back a little bit.
Yeah, I've always been more shy, you know, on the previous reality shows that my mom done and I was, you know, involved with. I was always so shy and quiet, and I like didn't really know how to express myself. But this docuseries shows a lot of my growth and how I'm coming in to be like who I want to be in the future that I chose. So
Yeah, you're coming off like a boss, I gotta say, in just the trailers, you really are.
I'm like, she's better than me. That's what you want your child to be. So I'm proud of it.
Pretty great. It's pretty great. Karen, one last thing I have to ask, because I have so many Karens in my life and my family. I asked them, the name Karen, how do you feel about that? Associated with, you know, an entitled woman.
You know, listen, it's just unfortunate, because I'm, you know, everything that the Karen word is not. Like, I am just more of a laid back. I'm definitely not racist, judgmental. I'm just more of a free spirit, and it's unfortunate. I know that I'll have, you know, definitely not any family members naming their kids after me in the near future, but it is what it is. I'm confident in who I am, so I'm a different type of Karen, and the people around me know me and love me for that.
How do you feel about it, Karina?
no, I make jokes when she gets on my nerves. I'm like, stop being a Karen.
Yeah, yeah, that goes on.
We send each other memes as to how like it's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Like, you had to get stuck with this name. Now look.
Right.
Well, it's a good thing everyone has always, from my childhood, called me KG, so that's just, I'll stick with my nickname for now.